Hey, welcome back everybody, TC once again, and welcome back to all you Star Trek fans, which I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail for this, that's why you're here. So, this I have not done in a while. This is the Enterprise Incidents number 8, 1980. This is right after, shortly after the movie came out. It's a good shot of these. I've never seen that publicity still before. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, since I haven't done one of these in a while, I figured I'd go ahead and do one. Got a cool shot of Spock in his space outfit, spacesuit. And here's the credits. Let me get a little closer so maybe you can see it better. Yeah, 1980, April of 80. And this is an extra thick issue, so try to get through this pretty quick without taking 20 minutes to do it. It's all about the movie. Some real early cosplay at the conventions. 1980s, pretty early. Where Nomad has gone before. Hopefully you can zoom in and see this, read some of it. There's a good shot of Spock at the beginning of the movie, doing a culinar from the cutting room floor. A little cartoon. Now this did have a part 2 of a comic story. I can't remember, I'll have to go back and look, but I guess the number 7 issue must have had part 1, because this is the issue right after the last one, so I just don't remember there being a comic in the last one. That's a cool drawing right there of them going through V'ger. That's pretty cool. Intricate drawing right there. Wow. There's Greg Jane. That's pretty cool. I'll have to read that one. His stuff went up at auction about a year or so ago, a little over a year now. All the stuff he had collected, unreal. I watched that Heritage auction for the weekend. It was 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I think, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And whoever, I forget their number, but it was part of their auction ID was 1701. And I remember hearing every other auction item that come up with his name or his number. So this guy bought a ton of stuff. Don't know how many millions they made or took in. It was over 10 or 12, something like that. And I think probably 6 or more was this one buyer with the 1701 handle. He was getting mostly the props, costumes, the scripts, which Greg Jane had some fantastic scripts, all of them, most of them signed and with notations. And there was 2 to 3 of every episode for all 79 episodes. Pretty cool. I had a bit of a dream of bidding on them, and I could forget that once it went past 20 grand. But I knew that they were worth a lot more than that, and so did whoever was bidding on them, because I guarantee they were the ones that he had with the notations and signed by the actors and writers and producers and stuff. They probably averaged, for one of those on the market right now is at least, I'd say between $800 and $1,000. So you times that times 79, and there were 300 other scripts. There were stories they didn't use, stuff from the 70s, all that thing. Pretty cool. All the animated stuff. I think I figured it out, and it ended up being like $2.25 million, or 250,000, or 250, 225,000, something like that. And that's about what it went for. 200 and it was under 250,000. That's cool. The blooper shots. This is a neat looking little backstage department. Incidentally speaking, there's a cool cartoon with the elf quest or whatever that is. Got the pointed ears. I saw a video on YouTube recently. It was showing, here's that part 2 of the Dragons of Berengaria. Cool. Brian Franchek, artist and writer. Should be able to read that. It's pretty good size, a lot bigger than the rest of the magazine. So I'll give that time where you can read that. Focus and zoom in there. Looks like this is focused on an Andorian. Yep. And look to see what the name is on that guy. If it's anything I've ever heard of, probably not. Okay. That's a good shot of Spock. Good likeness there, just to the eyes. Okay, so I guess it was only 2 parts. Fini. Star Trek Review. Not sure what that is. I guess it's from the movie. Something. Leslie Fish. She is a fan fiction writer at the time. I've thumbed through this before I did the video, so from what I've seen, the pictures of her from her fan fiction. Some of it's a little racy, I guess you could say. Yeah. Let's see which one. Oh, that's a cool picture. Like a centerfold. Not sure who them girls are. 4 arms and, yeah. I wonder if they're from Mars. Like John Carter characters with 4 arms. Band from Argo. Another little mini comic going on here, it looks like. Art Jim Kuzi. And lyrics by Leslie Fish. Okay, so this is like a song, I guess. Yeah. God, there's Sulu. Plant girls. Jeez. Roddenberry as a surprise new wrinkle. I don't know what that's discussing. Probably the movie. Invaders Great and Small by Leslie Fish. Wow. Lots of text there. This one seemed to be focused on Dr. McCoy. At least that's from the picture I saw. Could be wrong. Fairly long. 5 or 6 page magazine. There's McCoy. Boy, that's why this one's so thick. It's got all this extra text from these couple of stories. Shore Leave, here we go. Here's the episode in pictures. Usually every one of these had one of this. It shows every episode in black and white stills from beginning to end, basically. Important scenes. These reminded me of the late 70s, and I guess possibly into the early 80s, when they did these, what they were called photo novels. And they were similar to this, except they were in black and white. I mean, and they were in color. They weren't black and white photos. And they had captions of all the dialogue. Somewhere I've got a couple of those that I bought when I was a kid. Well, teenager. Here's a good shot of Don Juan. You got a quick shot of him in the, right there from the actual show. That's a good close-up of what he actually looks like. Because if you blink, you miss him. There's some ads for 8x10 color Star Trek stills, $3 each. Some from bloopers, apparently. Wow. 4 pages of these. 6 pages. Well, that's a cool shot. I don't think I've ever seen that picture right there. There's a good one of Nimoy holding up. Not sure what he's holding up. Newspaper or something, script maybe. A couple of them. Wow. The last 10 pages are all advertisement for 8x10 color photos. Yep. And 2 more pages. Star Trek bloopers. That's a cool one. With the glasses on the, what they call them, milk oceans. Spectre of the Gun. That's when Scotty did the voice for it at the beginning. Or James Doohan, rather. Wow. Now, these are some shots that I don't think these are from Star Trek. That looks like it's probably Mission Impossible. I'm not sure what that one is. Okay. Harlan Ellison. That's cool. That'd be a good interview. Or a good read. Vulcan Outpost. And here's a preview of what's in the next Enterprise Incidents, which looks like, I think it was called the Paradise Syndrome or something like that. With Miramani. Yeah, Paradise Syndrome. That's cool. Color. Cut shots on the back there. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed that. All you Star Trek fans, if you hadn't seen this magazine before. Take care, leave a comment, anything, ask me whatever. Doesn't have to be about this video. Any video or anything I've done. Y'all take care. Later.